Hello guys, welcome back to DICD. I'm Rahul. This is second lecture. In this video I'm going to discuss the classification of solids. As we know that in the solids the particles are compactly arranged. Depending upon the arrangement of the particles in the solids are classified into three categories. The first one is crystalline solid. Second one is amorphous solids. And third category is for polycrystalline solids. Let's see what is crystalline solids. You can see in the chart that around 90% of solids are crystalline solids. The crystalline solids are minerals, sand, clay, limestone, organic and inorganic compounds, metals, carbon compounds, and salts. Contribute for the 90% of crystalline solids around us. Only at 10% we have amorphous and polycrystalline substances. Then what is a crystalline solid? You can see in the diagram, the particles are arranged very systematically. And this systematic arrangement is not a short range. It is repeating for many terms, n folds, number of folds, and making a large systematic arrangement of particles. Therefore, we can give a definition for the crystalline solid as a crystal is a regular repeating pattern of atoms or molecules. I have one pattern. On that, we discuss few important things. Let's see. Here in the diagram, I have a perfectly arranged particles. This is only a one-dimensional picture. But the arrangement of particles includes three dimensions. But I can't show that here, so therefore I taken only one-dimensional structure. You can see here in one-dimensional structure, the particles are arranged very systematically. Okay. This regular pattern of arrangements make something to the crystallines to behave something unique, something different. Due to this regular pattern of arrangements, attractive interactions are greatest. See, you can hear this middle particle can be surrounded with particle 1, 2, 3, 4 with equidistance. It means that the attractive interactions are maximum. Attractive interactions are maximum. Okay. The attractive interactions are maximum, hence the arrangement have greater stability. Whatever the arrangement is there here, this having a greater stability. Greater stability. As I just mentioning here that the crystal have greater stability. The greater stability of the solids give one more information, that is the intermolecular or interparticle interatomic energy is low. As I'm mentioning here that the solids or crystalline solids have greater stability. It means that between the particles there is low intermolecular energy is present. That is low intermolecular energy. Every material in the universe try to attain the lowest energy. Any material which having a lowest energy can form a stable structure. Okay. Therefore, lower the interparticle energy, greater the stability. Then you can see here the particles are arranged very systematically. If I consider the white is a metal and yellow as non-metal, there is alternative metal and non-metals are present. Therefore, some of the physical properties like refractive index, thermal conductivity, electrical conductivity have different values in different directions. So along this line, you can see that alternative, there is a non-metal, metal, non-metal, metal is there. Along this axis, we have non-metal, metal, non-metal, metal is there. But you can see that along this direction, only a non-metals are there or the metals are there. So therefore, if you measure any property at the point A and at the point B are same because the arrangement of particles are same. But along the C, here is C, along this direction, the particles are same type. Therefore, the C have different value. And this is known as anisotropic behavior. The crystalline solids are anisotropic. So I have another link in the description. You can check the brief description related to the isotropic and anisotropic properties of the solids. Still then, thank you for the watching.